Okay, that's enough of that.
Welcome to Shut Up and Watch the Movie. That was our a cappella rendition of our little theme song. But in case you're new here, before we get into all that,
what is this podcast?
I'm Kristina.
I'm Tyson.
And each week we make the other person watch a movie. They might like it. They might hate it. We try and have fun no matter what. This week, we watched Pitch Perfect, hence the little acapella intro there.
We did some acapella.
We're going to do a lot more. We're going to talk about acapella. Maybe we'll sing again.
Maybe this whole episode will just be us doing acapella.
I'd be thrilled. That's
I'm sure
what I
you
want.
would be thrilled about that.
But before we get into that, we have our little tiny
we do have the segment
corner.
That's the teeny tiny
we have a
corner.
disclaimer this week, actually. Go ahead, Tyson.
Okay, so last week, we made this huge deal. We were like, oh my God, we got a new microphone.
Like, everything's changed. It's going to sound so good. Do you hear that crisp sound?
And then it wasn't. Because
it was bad. It was
not only did we have the microphone not on the right setting, it was turned the opposite direction. Okay, in which case, so we got the second microphone. Currently, our audio setup is me speaking into like a shotgun microphone for filming.
And I have like a real podcasting mic.
Yeah.
Because we're professionals.
But none of us knew how to use the Blue Yeti.
Yeah. To be fair,
the microphone,
it was not like super intuitive. Like it was not obvious that it was facing the wrong way.
It looks like you can speak into it from any direction.
You think you'd be able to, but apparently there is a specific side that you were supposed to speak into, even though it looks the same all over.
And that's shit. I think that's shit design. Blue Yeti, get your act together.
Anyway, thanks to my dad for buying it for me.
Thank you, Kristina's dad.
He did buy it.
He's kind of like both of our dads for this podcast.
Oh, really?
I don't know. I'm just saying that.
Yeah, sure.
My dad didn't buy us a microphone for the podcast.
That's so true.
Well,
Your dad bought us a couch, though,
I guess technically he did
apartment.
buy, in a roundabout way, he did buy me this microphone.
Oh, because that's not really like a podcast mic.
No, I got some filmmaking equipment.
It's fine. It's doing the job.
It's doing the job.
It's doing the job.
So let's get into teeny
tiny itty bitty little whiny movie corner. This segment, we talk about a different movie that we watched this week, other than the one that we're going to focus on.
Warm up a little bit, get the conversation flowing.
You got to do that like that stretching and that before you get into the cardio. This is like our little warm up.
And we're a great podcast because we include the stretching within the actual episode. We don't do actually before we start. Kristina does a series of vocal warm ups.
Zoom 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 zoom. Okay, I don't want to. Okay, that's a little taste of the movie coming up.
That's a little taste. Okay, what did
you've seen Pitch Perfect? You know what I'm talking about.
What movie did you watch?
Oh no, I already forgot.
You already forgot?
I did.
Do you want me to go first?
Yeah, sure. I watched a few. All were good. Nothing like crazy.
Okay, pick one.
Stood out. I'm gonna say Princess and the Frog. I watched it while babysitting, and it's just so cute and it's so fun. And it was like fun to watch like through a child's eyes, kind of, I guess. You know?
Were they loving it?
Like, yeah, she's like 4. She thought it was so fun. She like loves it. I think it's like a really positive message for kids, It's like Tiana, like she's working hard. But then she also like finds like love and happiness at the end.
I relate to the guy in that movie because he's like doesn't know how to do anything.
His whole thing is he does not want to do anything.
And everything's just handed to him. Yep. Not that happens to Look, he's kind of a spoiled kid. I sometimes feel like I'm a bit of a spoiled kid.
Yeah. But, like, he's likable, and so are you. Like, it's not
necessarily
like a bad thing. I mean, it's not a good thing, but...
Did the villain scare him?
No. I feel like that, out of, like, Disney villains, he's not, like, the scariest
I feel like he's one of the scarier ones. He gets, sucked to hell at the end.
I mean, yeah, but it's like colorful and, like,
it's colorful hell.
It's not, like, hell.
It's New Orleans
hell. It's not, like, hell. Yeah, it's New Orleans hell.
So the movie I watched this past week is I went and saw a movie called Strange Darling, which I hadn't heard of before.
Oh, I keep seeing ads for that.
I did hear about it, but I tried to avoid all the trailers because I saw one thing about it a few months ago that was like, go into this completely blind. Okay. And I was like, don't have to tell me twice.
Sometimes
it's very much like Barbarian in the sense that it's like told like out of order somewhat, and it's like reveals information as you go, and it's constantly playing on your expectations. I thought it was pretty good. It's very Tarantino-like.
Does that have like a well-known like director or actor or something in it?
Well, it's got both the actors. They're not like huge actors. Kyle Gallner, and then I think her name is Ella Fitzgerald. Not Ella Fitzgerald.
Ella Fitzgerald, like the jazz singer?
No, yeah. That's what I was thinking of. No. Fuck, what's her name? I'm so sorry. I don't know her name. But yeah, they're like pretty good, well-known TV and horror
Okay.
movie actors, but the director I hadn't heard of. This is like his second feature film. I thought it was all right. It's got a really cool sense of style. It's about this one-night stand that turns into like a cat and mouse game when one of them is a serial killer.
Oh, I have seen the trailer for this. Yes. Okay. I also don't know much about it. It looked interesting to me.
It is interesting.
Okay.
That is what I will say. It's definitely interesting. I think it's definitely worth the watch.
Nice. All right.
All right. Well, that's the teeny tiny
That's
little
that.
movie corner.
Now, let's get serious. Let's talk acapella. All right?
Aka podcast.
Aka what?
What? What's the response I'm supposed to have to that?
I don't know. But before we watch this movie, what did you know about it?
I didn't know anything. I knew the Cup song. I knew Anna Kendrick was
we're
in
going
it.
to talk about the Cup song.
Oh, yeah, we're going to talk about the Cup song. I knew Rebel Wilson was in it.
Mm-hmm.
That's about it. I knew there was
All
a lot of acapella.
Yeah, it's a very
That's the whole
Aka
conceit of
heavy
the
movie.
Yeah.
We're making this Aka joke because they make it throughout the movie. They put
do.
Aka in front of everything. I love this movie for a really long, since it came. I mean, I don't know if I watched it since it came out. I was like in like 4th or 5th grade, I think, when I watched it, and I loved it all through middle school. I thought it was the coolest thing ever.
I guess that's why I hadn't seen it, because it's very much like a girls' movie.
Whoa!
What does
it's
it's
that
a
supposed
cast
to mean?
of women.
Wow.
So like when it came out,
No,
in,
it's
like,
right. And honestly,
2012,
I love that. I love when I think more comedy movies should have women ensembles.
I was 11. I was like, "Where's Spider-Man?"
I liked Spider-Man too.
Well, that's
wow.
great.
Can girls only like girls and singing?
Yes, you guys can only play with
Wow.
dolls and
Wow. So Tyson hates women, everyone.
yeah. Well, maybe not.
He's like, wait a minute, don't clip that. Okay.
I love women.
Anyway. Oh, I guess, have you seen any like acapella in real life?
Yes, I actually have seen acapella. Several stories.
Oh, okay.
I went to acapella in I would have had to have been
You went to
Like-
acapella?
like an acapella concert in
okay.
sophomore year of high school on
Was
my
it like pentatonics?
No, it was like local colleges.
Oh, wow.
Why do I feel like one of the Pentatonics guys was there?
Maybe he was like hosting it or
Yeah,
something.
it might have been something like that, but
I mean, I feel like pentatonics, like in
it was on,
popular
like, one of
culture, is
the-
like the face of acapella.
it was like on one of the very first dates I'd ever went on.
to an acapella.
To acapella. And let me tell you, Kristina,
That's really funny.
Kristina, let me tell you, I had chills the entire time. I was like, oh my God.
In a good way?
Yes.
Oh,
I was
okay,
like,
well,
wow,
that's good.
acapella. That's crazy.
They do it all with their mouths.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Some of them, I think they had like a beatboxing competition at one point.
Uh-huh.
Maybe I've went multiple times.
It's honestly, because sometimes even when I'm watching the movie, like I remind myself, I mean, to be fair, it's not like they were performing it like live,
Yeah,
like when they
it's
do
movie
their performances.
magic.
But I'm like, they did make this all with their mouths.
Yeah.
Like they did not use instruments. This is all really just them singing. That's kind of crazy.
That is crazy.
It's crazy.
I guess also we should mention that we go to UNC, or we did go to UNC.
We graduated. We went to UNC.
And
UNC is known for a lot of things, okay? It's a great public university. Mostly they're known for their basketball team. But let us tell you, the acapella scene at UNC...
there's like 10 acapella
crazy.
groups.
There are so many acapella groups. That's where I've seen acapella live,
You
okay?
have?
They do this thing on the first night of school, like every year after the first day of school. It's called Sunset Serenade, and all the acapella groups get to perform. And I went for the past... I went 3 years because, well, our first year was COVID year, so they didn't have it. But the 3 years after that, we had a great time. I love the acapella. Shout out to the acapella groups at UNC.
Really?
I
Shout
love
out?
them.
Shout out to them.
I want to give them a shout out. I love getting to watch them. They're so fun. I'm not going to call it any individual groups. I don't want to make anyone
Yeah,
feel
no,
left
we
out.
don't want anyone to feel
I don't want to pick favorites, even though I do
favorites
have them.
on this podcast.
Ask me, DM us, and ask privately, and I'll let you know.
Yeah.
I'll let you know who my
Open
favorites are.
secret.
But
There's too many
there's
acapella groups.
so you think there's too many?
There's too many.
It's funny because I also have a friend who lives in Florida, and she was in an acapella group at her school. And so sometimes I would talk to her, or like if I'd go to an acapella event at UNC, I'd text her and be like, oh my God, I was at an acapella thing, thinking of you. And when I told her how many groups UNC had, she was like, that's crazy.
That's
That
too
is
many.
so many.
It's like 10.
She's like, why do you have that many? And I was like, I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
And the entire time when I was watching this movie, I was like, this is scarily accurate to like...
Right. No, there's like a lot of things
Like
that
all
were
the
like...
acapella groups at UNC, I think they all hate each other.
I don't know if they all hate each other, but there's definitely
there's competition.
Key. I had a class with a girl who was president of one of the acapella groups.
Oh my God. Yeah.
And it was really fun getting some of her insight. Cause I was like, I'm about to ask you so many questions.
Do you have any,
I'm not teasing you, but like, I genuinely want to know everything about acapella.
Do you have any like standout like tea moments? Like you got any tea you got to share?
Not really tea, but I learned about how the audition process works, which that was kind of interesting. Because they basically all have auditions together. So I was like, is this like almost like a rushing type thing where like you have to choose the group
that happens in
and
the
they
movie
choose
too.
you. Yeah, it happens in the movie too. So it kind of is where it's like the people who are auditioning, they select who they want to audition for. So like say I'm throwing out some UNC names. These are not like these don't these
there's
are
only,
just an example.
Okay, well there's
they
only so many
like
combinations of the word like treble or clef
right.
or singing and
so
voices.
Someone might be auditioning and they might say like, oh, I want to audition for the Loreleis, the Walk-Ons, and the Tarpeggios. And so then those three groups are really the only ones that are going to be like paying attention to that person. And then they almost have to like bid kind of when it comes time to like pick who you want. You have to like it's almost like a sorority. I don't know if I fully understand how sorority things work too, so maybe I shouldn't be talking about that. But it's almost like a sorority meets like a draft because it's like you go around and you take your top picks and everything.
Okay, so what happens when you're the worst singer and you get drafted for the worst?
Well, if you don't want to be a part of it, then you don't.
You get to say no.
You can say no. Yeah,
that's
no
like getting like
picked
picked for like kickball, and it's like everybody picks everybody else except you.
Yeah,
that happened to you?
No,
happened to me constantly.
I was a pretty athletic kid, honestly.
I wasn't.
I was fit.
I was
which is kind of funny actually.
chubby.
I was like not. I didn't like play ball games, but I don't know. Like I was fast and like I could.
Yeah, I'm fast.
That's
scrappy.
all that kind of mattered. In elementary school, that's all that kind of mattered.
Yeah, I guess you're
fast.
right. If you're fast, because all your worth was based on if you could run.
If you can run fast, that's the only thing that matters in elementary school.
That's like a John Mulaney bit or something, right?
Why do I feel like it's Diary of a Wimpy Kid?
Maybe it is.
I might be wrong.
Okay, let's get back on track to.
So anyway,
acapella.
That's our personal experiences with acapella.
Plenty of acapella experiences.
We know a thing or two about acapella.
We didn't participate, but we know a thing or two.
You heard us singing at the beginning. We know a thing or two about acapella.
I will say I love and respect acapella. One of the nerdiest things you could possibly do.
We're going to be tearing it apart a bit. I think it's so cool. And actually, my friend that was in an acapella group, I got to go see her perform or at least once, because she's from Florida, and she did a competition in North Carolina.
Yeah.
And amazing. I was so impressed. Beautiful singing. It's just so cool. I think it's neat.
Yeah, I guess I shouldn't be speaking as someone who did student television.
Yeah, student film.
Student film.
Nerd.
I feel like student film is an echelon higher than student television. I feel like student television is like.
You think that's worse?
I think that's like dorkier than student film. Student film has like an artsy kind of like.
Student film is more annoying.
Yes, but they have like an artsier.
I say this as I also participated in both.
I did both too. So like it has like an artsier kind of paint over.
I don't know. I guess it just feels more pretentious.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So, but like,
But I guess I don't see that as a better thing.
No,
I don't
but
think
like
that's good.
student television is like, I don't know, like the AV Club. It's like dorky.
Yeah, it's like really nerdy.
Oh, and I got some shit I'm gonna throw about student radio when we get to it.
Oh, okay. I personally don't have much of a stake with student
I will
radio.
try. I got some stuff to say about student radio.
Right. Should we get into the actual plot of this movie?
Yes, we should.
Okay.
How does this? Oh yeah, we open up.
It starts up. It is the International Championship of Collegiate Acapella. Did I say that?
Collegiate.
Collegiate.
You said collegiate?
I don't know.
Oh my god, it's collegiate.
Collegiate, fine, whatever. Which, this competition, real thing. This is the real acapella competition that happens every year.
Now, what level is this? Is this regional? This opening?
It's International Championship.
They're at the International Championship at the opening of this movie.
Yes.
Okay.
And I don't know what year it is. It's like,
it's like the year before.
Wait, 2011.
It's the year before this movie is set, which is 2012.
Yes. What a time. What a time machine
Mayan
this movie
calendar's
is.
very own.
So this is so this competition in 2011.
Yeah, okay.
The Barden Bellas.
The Barden
All
Bellas.
girl group. An all girl group has never won before because they can't hit the deep, like the bass notes.
Yeah, they don't have the fullest vocal range.
And they are going up against the Treble Makers. The all-boy group at the school.
Led by
the
Adam
bad boys
Devine.
of acapella.
Led by Adam Devine's smug little face.
There's a whole... He does like a stand-up bit That's like, he says when he first like heard about this movie, he was like Pitch Perfect. He thought it was a baseball movie, and he got really excited because he was like, yeah, I'm gonna tell my parents I'm doing a baseball movie. Let's go.
But
he
it's
was
fucking
like
acapella?
practicing pitches and stuff, and then he goes into the audition, and it was an acapella movie.
Oh my god.
It was funny because he was joking. He's like, yeah, my dad's gonna be like so excited
so
for me.
proud of me.
Yeah. But I mean, he's great. He's really funny.
He's funny in the movie.
So yeah, he's like the leader. They are kind of the pick to win. The Bart and Bellas go
sing,
on stage.
I Saw the Sign. What's that song actually called? Is that?
I think it's called I Saw the Sign.
Okay, yeah, but classic female song.
One of the girls, Aubrey,
the main
she
one,
gets a solo, and it's a big moment for her. She's finally getting a solo.
She's the leader of the group.
At this point, she's not.
Okay, I guess you're right.
Yeah. She's singing her big solo. She goes, I saw the sign, and then she pukes all over the place.
Projectile vomit.
So much vomit, just all over. Cookie toss, as they call it.
CG vomit. It's like really gross brown.
It's like
chunky,
orangish. Yeah,
not good. What you want?
It's bad. It's not good. It's embarrassing. Obviously, they don't win. So then you fast forward to a few years later as the new school year is beginning. Well, I mean, not the next year. I mean,
it is the next year.
It's from the end of one school year to the beginning of another.
Yeah, you said a few years. That's not a few years, though.
Oh, did I say a few years? I thought I said a few months.
Oh, no. You said a few years.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Great podcast content.
I meant a few months. My bad.
And Anna Kendrick, the most not college-age girl.
Wait a minute. No one, let's just get this off the bat right away. No one in this movie looks like they're in college. All these characters are supposed to be in college. Not a single one looks like they're in college.
I was shocked. I was like, when Anna Kendrick pulls up, I was like, is she supposed to be a college freshman?
Not a single person looks like they all look like in their late 20s to early 30s.
Which is, I mean, that's what you want.
Let's get that out of the way right now.
That's the magic of film, baby. That's what you want.
It's like, oh yeah, she's definitely college age.
It's like the Sam Raimi Spider-Man films where everybody looks like they're 30 years old, but they're in high school.
They're supposed to be in high school, and they are just so.
Well, no, wait, but like, I mean, how old is Anna Kendrick by the time? I mean, she couldn't have been that much old. She would have been like 25, surely. Like,
she was in her mid to late 20s, I think. I don't know for sure, but no one in this movie is college aged. No. I mean, I don't want to say no one.
No one. I mean, Ben Platt.
No one looks college. Oh, Ben Platt might be.
No, I'm making that joke because he's in Dear Evan Hansen.
When he was in this movie, though, this was over 10 years ago.
Yeah, if he's like 40 now, he would have been 30 then.
Is he 40?
I think he's like 40-something.
Ben Platt is not 40.
Let me Google this.
No, there's no way. He's not that old.
I mean, he kind of looks a little old. I don't mean that with any disrespect to Ben Platt. I just
well, he looks too old to be playing a high schooler.
Okay, no, he is in fact 30 years old.
Okay, yeah, I was like, there's no way he's 40.
I thought I could have sworn.
So about 10 years ago, okay, I guess he actually was
20.
college
He was
age.
like, yeah, college.
He was probably the only one.
Well, now I'm curious, how old was Anna Kendrick? I'm going to look up Anna Kendrick age.
I think she was a few years older. Not like dramatically old, just like too old to be in college.
Clearly too old. Okay, she's 39 now, so she would have been 29.
Yeah.
When they filmed that about.
Oh, also, I don't know if we want to get into now, but Anna Kendrick's character, Becca, she's annoying. I don't like her.
Okay, so like her whole thing is...
She's kind of the worst, honestly.
I wonder if... I don't know. Like, pick me girl sounds wrong. But she's like... I
don't know if she's a pick me.
No, but she's like alternate, and she's like, I just don't get along. She's not really
a pick me. She's more like, I'm not like other girls.
That's what a pick me girl is to me. I guess pick me girl doesn't... I mean... It might mean something else.
I feel like pick me's... I think generally when I hear pick me's, I think like focused on boys.
Okay.
And I don't think that's why I'm like, I don't think
true,
that's
but she's like an outsider.
She's like very much like, yeah. You know what the vibe she's giving? Do you know I'm weird. I'm a weirdo.
Yeah.
I don't fit in, and I don't want to fit in.
Like, look at this hat.
See this stupid hat?
This is stupid hat.
This stupid hat? That's weird. That's the vibe that she gives.
Yeah.
Because she's like, I'm a DJ.
I'm a DJ.
I want to be a DJ.
Nobody wants to be.
I don't want to. Her dad works at the college, and she's like, I don't want to go to college for free. I want to go to LA and be a DJ, which that pisses me off.
Suck it up. Go get 4 years, get a degree.
4 years. You're going to get a free college degree.
The job market is tough.
And you're going to complain about it? Oh my God, girl, you're fine.
You don't even gotta...
You can DJ in your free time.
You don't even gotta get a degree in something stupid. You can get a degree in music or a degree in like production.
Her dad's like, yeah, I'm gonna take care of your college for you. And she's complaining. She's like, Dad, like I want to make music. DJing is my career. It's my passion.
She has like FL Studio downloaded onto her computer. And
also, I mean, her DJing's fine. It's not bad.
No, I mean, but She just overlays tracks together, and they have a similar chord progression.
Yeah, it's funny because the second movie gets into that, but yeah. So anyway, that's your introduction to her. She wears dark makeup and like black clothes and like she's like, and she's kind of like
she's like a tomboy.
Because think like 2012 Tumblr, but not like the cutesy Tumblr, like the alternative Tumblr. The people know what I'm talking about. You know what I mean?
Like 1975 core.
Like yeah. Wearing
because there was two different types of people in 2012. There was the black clothes like 1975,
right?
And then there was the autumn, fall Christian
girl summer, Christian girl autumn. Yeah,
those are the two types. Which everybody else in the Bellas
the only two types
are the Christian girl autumns, or like some of them.
Yes. That's why we're getting into her aesthetic is she's not like other girls.
Also, so she goes into her dorm room.
I was probably Christian girl autumn.
I
was also like 12.
I don't know what was going on with me. I think I was Adventure Time backpack.
Oh God.
I had that in
That's a whole different realm.
No, it was sick because it like on the outside it'd be Finn, but then you could reverse the backpack and it'd be Jake. A reversible backpack.
I've never watched Adventure Time.
Okay, the guy and then the dog.
Okay. I'm glad that you're excited about that.
I know, I'm just thinking.
I was really into One Direction.
I
think that's what my focus was on, honestly.
I remember. There were girls in my 5th grade class that were like, One Direction is my only thing.
That was...
And then you know what?
Some of the... One Direction and Taylor Swift. Honestly, not much has changed.
I was about to say...
I'm wearing a Taylor Swift shirt right now.
The One Direction thing just turned into like Harry Styles obsessions. Or fucking Zayn.
Zayn's kind of been... he's been quiet recently.
I don't.
There's been a lot going on with him. Okay, you brought him up. Okay. I didn't bring up Zayn.
So they go to their dorm room and there's unpacking. They're getting used to, being there. First of all, I want to say this dorm room. What's up with the dorm room?
It's really. Do you mean that in a good way or a bad way?
No, it looks like a room in a house.
It looks like nice. There's like shelves built into the wall.
There's shelves built into the wall. There's
the desk is like really nice.
What do you call like the bottom splash of like a wall that comes around?
Baseboard?
Not the. I guess that's what it is. Like the nice like white.
Yeah.
I'm tapping on it right now in the closet that we're in.
The baseboard.
Is that what that's called?
Yeah.
But my dorm room didn't have that. My dorm room was like brick wall. It was not even nice brick.
Cement.
Like the brick you would see in like an elementary school where it's like white.
Yeah.
It's like painted over white. And
I was in a dorm.
Giant bricks.
I remember. And then they had like dressers that had probably been there for like 20 years.
Filled with cockroaches.
And mold.
Ugh.
Yeah, no, her dorm is really nice.
Very nice.
Very nice. Also, we were trying to figure out if this school was based on anywhere, because the school in the movie's made up.
But it's called Carolina University.
No. That's where one of the competitions take place.
Oh, okay.
They go to Barden.
Oh, Barden Bellas.
University. Yeah, so they're the Barden Bellas, exactly. I lost my train of thought.
Yeah.
Barden. Oh, we wanted to figure out if it was based on a real thing, but the movie is based on a book. Which I think it's very loosely based on a book. I don't think the book is anything like this.
No.
But apparently the book is loosely based on Northwestern.
Northwestern, which is in Illinois.
Right. Because we thought there was a chance it could be based on UNC.
Because the amount of
acapella and just similarities going on.
Anyway, her dad comes into the dorm and he's basically trying to be like, get involved.
This is when they have the whole conversation of...
Go hang out on the quad.
Dad, I'm a DJ. Yeah, I think he says go hang out on the quad.
So college is what you said.
To be fair, I loved hanging out on the quad. I wish I could go hang out on the quad right now.
That's such a college thing.
It is, but I loved it.
In the quad.
I just gotta find a park to go sit in.
Go sit in the pit.
Go sit in the pit. I didn't like sitting in the pit.
Pit was like gross.
The pit for UNC. This is a really big UNC
episode. This is a very local reference.
Yes, they have this area called the pit,
which is like a concrete divot.
It's
where all the.
But a lot of times they'll do student groups will do like free performances there. So when some of the student groups were doing free performances in this movie, we were like, wow, this is
thankfully most
UNC.
of the club stuff was not infiltrating the quad. It was infiltrating the pit area.
It was usually because in this movie, it was usually in the pit. The quad was usually pretty.
Yeah, in this movie, when she's walking around and, looking
but it's
for
also the beginning of the year, and there's like...
I know, but all that stuff was usually in the pit.
Yeah,
at UNC.
You're right.
Here, the quad is taken
You are never safe.
You are never safe. There is nowhere safe from
things that are happening.
Acapella groups.
But anyway, yeah, so after her dad tells her, like, go, do something, she goes to the club fair thing that's happening.
Uh-huh.
We also...
get introduced to Ben Platt and...
Yes, Ben Platt's character, whose name is Benji, and the love interest... Jesse, who's played by Skylar Astin. I don't know if that means anything to you.
No, it doesn't. Is he in other stuff?
He is, and I'm blanking. He was in, this is niche for anyone who really likes theater. He was in the original cast of Spring Awakening.
I don't even know what
on
that
Broadway.
is. I don't
It's
know
a musical.
what that is.
It's very famous. They're out at the club fair, and oh my goodness, who do they see? The Troublemakers.
And Adam Devine's
and they're
performing.
Singing, Whip it!
I will say that's accurate to how a cappella groups, they'll just break out into a cappella in the middle of public to try to like generate interest. Like the Accordants would used to do that at UNC.
Dude, I love the Accordants.
Everyone loves the Accordants.
They're so much fun.
I have several friends in the Accordants.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
He's
man.
like the president now.
We tried to hire the Accordants to come to, I think, Bailey's birthday party, and unfortunately there was just like a schedule conflict. They couldn't do it.
How
almost got them.
How much are a cappella groups charging to
I don't know if I'm.
participate?
I don't know if
you
I'm
don't think you're at liberty to say?
reveal that information.
Well,
let's just say there was another group that was quite out of our price range. That I was a bit shocked at how expensive it was.
Well, you know, it's like they're hired for like frats and sorority stuff.
Yeah.
Usually.
We tried to get acapella. We didn't have like a bunch of parties in my apartment, but out of the few that we did,
You tried to get
we tried.
acapella groups.
We did. That would have been really.
I'm glad
exciting.
you didn't.
I'm.
If I went to one of your parties and the acapella group, I would have
acapella
left
group showed up.
immediately.
Because I know Bailey tried to for my 22nd birthday party. I had a Taylor Swift theme, and I knew that she tried to get them to come and sing a Taylor Swift song.
It's pretty good though.
That would have been so fun. I would have like cried of happiness.
You would have
That
cried
been
of
the
happiness.
Best thing ever. I also would have honestly, realistically, probably be super awkward.
Yeah, like what do you do? It's like, oh, thanks guys.
That just can you just imagine that being a story that we could tell now? And now instead we're sitting here wishing it happened.
What do you mean the story would have been, I hired the acapella group to sing a Taylor Swift song.
That's a
They
great
did.
story.
I paid them and then they left.
That would have been a great experience. Anyway.
Okay, we got to get through
The
this
troublemaker
movie.
is thinking Ben Platt's character, he like wants to be a troublemaker so bad.
But he can't do it.
But he can't do it. Also, he loves
he's
up close
weird.
magic.
Because he's
so
weird.
he's kind of a weirdo. And so the troublemakers tease him and they're like, okay, you're a weirdo. We don't want you.
Up close magic is not what it's called. They say that in the movie.
But what is it called?
It's just like magic. Like real magic isn't a thing. So like magic is like magician style magic. It's not called up close magic. He pulls out like a gerbil from his pocket.
Sure.
But all the characters piss me off. They're all weird.
A lot piss me off. You get pissed off by Jesse. I personally don't. I think
no, he doesn't piss me off. I just don't get what's up with him.
He can sing, so he's like, okay, these troublemakers seem cool. Like maybe I'll try out or whatever. Back to our main plot with the girls. We have Aubrey, who's the girl who threw up in the beginning, and Chloe, who is also in
played by Brittany
Bart and
Snow.
Bellas, played by Brittany Snow. Yes, and they are now the only ones left from the year before, and so they are trying to recruit people to get to. They're like, we need to win. We need to redeem ourselves. Bart and Bella is like, this is our year, but they're having a really hard time. Nobody wants to. Nobody wants to be in their acapella group. And they're trying to find like hot college girls.
And Anna Kendrick comes up, and she's like,
before Anna Kendrick comes up.
Oh yeah,
Fat Amy.
Yeah, Fat Rebel Wilson.
So iconic. The way that this was like, I think at the time, like, I think you just have to understand, like, watching this for the first time and not having any reference for Fat Amy and
in 2012 or whatever, 2013.
It was really funny. And it's still funny today, but, like, I think the first time you watched it, you're like, what is going on right now?
Here's my one slight issue.
Okay.
Is the joke just that she's fat?
No, I think the joke is that she, like, owns it. I don't even think that it's, like, I don't think that's what makes it funny. I think it's her personality, the fact that she's just so blunt with it. Because they're like, you call yourself Fat Amy? And she's like, yeah, so it's just like, you don't do it behind my back. And it's like, what? Like, that's funny. That's funny.
Fair enough.
Honestly, she's not even, like, embarrassed. Like, she's comfortable in her own skin. She's owning it while also calling out other people's bullshit.
That's what you want.
It's funny. It's great. I love it. Also, she is a very wacky character because then she proceeds to sing some crazy notes and do mermaid dancing on the ground. Like,
yeah, she was entertaining.
She's wacky, you know?
Wacky character.
So she gets introduced, and it's really funny. I think that's a really funny part. The mermaid dancing.
Here's the part I like, that you were like, she's so mean. Anna Kendrick came up, and she was just like, what's this? And she's like, wow, this is so lame.
Yeah, no, they're like, oh, hey, like, we sing, and, like, we do it all with our... Like, they're so friendly to her, and she's like...
This is so fucking lame.
She literally says that's lame, and it's like, whoa! And then they go, excuse me?
Oh, yeah, and then they're like, okay, bitch.
No, Aubrey's about to fight her.
But Chloe has, like, what we believe to be a crush on Anna Kendrick.
Listen, I feel like I did not, when I was younger, I watched this, I never would have thought of it.
But, like, it's very...
In recent years, as I've revisited this movie, I'm like, oh my God, like, what was going on between them?
They flirt with each other.
They're very flirty. I think it's funny because they play it up in the second movie. I think it, like...
They do.
I wonder if in this movie it was almost, like, slightly unintentional or, like, maybe they were just, like, joking around a little bit. But then I think the second movie, they were like, no, we're gonna play this up.
Maybe it got popular on Tumblr, and maybe
I think it did. I don't even think that's untrue.
They don't recruit Anna Kendrick.
So she's basically like, yeah, no, I'm not gonna. She's like, I don't sing. Bye.
But,
you know what? That's all she needed to say in the first place. She could have just been like, oh yeah, sorry, I don't sing.
Thank you, but no thanks, I don't sing.
That's all you need to say. When I've walked through the pit before, a cappella groups have been like, do you want to audition for a cappella? And I'm like, I'm a terrible singer. You don't want me on your a cappella group. Thanks though. I'm not like, no, you losers. I don't want to join your a cappella group.
Maybe this is
lame.
Maybe this is even worse, but I would just, like, blank them. I just wouldn't even respond. I just keep walking.
I don't think that's worse. There's a lot going on in the pit.
Yeah, I don't want to deal with it.
You don't want to deal with it. I think that's fine. I don't think there's, like, necessarily anything
bad
about it.
But turns out Anna Kendrick kind of does sing because she's going to the shower.
She takes a shower and she's
singing by herself.
She's singing, Titanium.
Titanium.
There's a funny joke after that.
The group shower.
She's singing Titanium, so 2012.
But who's in the shower beside her? But
Chloe opens the curtain. She's like, so you can sing.
Okay. So is this how showers are set up? And, like, I don't think I actually ever did, like, a dorm style shower where it was like
because I had a suite one. But I think
But it's not like curtains separating the showers. Not maybe in the front, yeah, but there's, like, walls between.
I honestly think it depends. I'm trying to remember. One of my friends was an RA, and I'm trying to remember when I visited her dorm because hers was hall style. At our college, most of the dorms were suites, so we didn't have to do the whole hall thing.
Yeah, but, like, you could just open up the curtain, and all of a sudden, hey, now you're looking at the person showering next to you.
Maybe. I honestly am not sure.
I don't think so, based on the dorms I've seen.
Okay.
Because that seems like a flaw. I mean, it has to happen for this movie because she has to open it up.
And then she's like, oh, I'm naked.
Yeah, Anna Kendrick is rightly like, hey, what the fuck?
Yeah, no, that's true. Anna Kendrick was right in that situation.
But they're flirting because Brittany Snow, Chloe's like, oh, yeah, I don't care. I'm proud of my naked body.
Like, I'm proud of all this. And
Anna Kendrick's like, you should be. What? You can't? Okay.
Like, that was flirty as hell. But before they say that, Chloe's like, you need to sing, and I'm not leaving until you sing. So then they say, you know what it is? She's like, Titanium, right? And Anna Kendrick goes, you know David Guetta? As if David Guetta is some underground.
David Guetta had to be probably one of the most popular producers.
Titanium was a hugely popular song, too. Like, even if you aren't familiar with, like a lot of his stuff, like, yeah, duh, you know that song. That was, like, really popular. It was everywhere.
Maybe we say that now, but maybe David Guetta was more... No, I'm not even going to lie. I don't think... David Guetta has always been...
Did this song help... Or did this movie help the popularity of that song, maybe? No. I don't think so. No, I think it was already popular. And actually, you know what's funny? Is when I think when I saw this as a kid, I was like, wow, like, it's so underground, so cool. And now I'm watching it, I'm like, everybody knew David Guetta.
Yeah.
Like...
Wait, so you were like, oh my god, David Guetta, underground artist, back when you were like 11 or whatever?
Probably, yeah.
Wow.
I don't know if I thought he was an underground artist, but I was like, well, like, reference. Like,
wow, you know Skrillex? Oh my god.
It's crazy.
And this has to be some kind of a crime, is what I couldn't get over. Because she's like, she's like cornering her naked
and being like, I'm
not sing for me, sing for me. And then there's a guy there also. I guess she was hooking up with a guy in the shower.
She was in the middle of hooking up with a guy, and then he's like, you have a beautiful voice.
Crime.
She's like,
crime.
Thanks. Like, get out. Which they do.
And I guess this is enough to convince her.
It's enough.
Because they do some beautiful harmonies, and I guess Anna Kendrick realizes
they sing together.
How beautiful acapella can be.
Yeah. Nothing to show you the beauty of acapella, like doing it naked with your lady friend.
I'm not even going to jump off of that. There's nothing I could say that could be constructive there.
I'm patting myself on the back. That was funny. So we go to auditions. And at the auditions, you meet some of the other characters that are also going to be in the acapella groups.
Yeah.
Not hugely important. They sing Since You've Been Gone by Kelly Clarkson.
Yeah, that's what you were doing.
That's that little zoom 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 zoom. It's a great thing. I could perform the whole thing. I won't do that to you guys.
Yeah, let's not do it.
Maybe I'll do it later for my roommates, but put on a little show. It's great. It's amazing. It's iconic. Now every time I hear that song, I just think of the scene in this movie. I love it. They do their auditions, and then auditions end, and they're like, oh no, like she didn't come. But then who walks in? Becca shows up.
Oh yeah, Anna Kendrick's character's named Becca with one C.
And I've been saying Becca.
No, I know, but it's like I'm thinking about the name.
1C,
One
because
C.
she's
Becca.
not like other girls. And so she walks in and she's like, oh, I didn't know we needed to prepare that song. And so Chloe's like, that's okay, like sing whatever you want. And history is changed forever because Becca bends down and she grabs a cup.
Yeah.
And then she does the little.
Okay. So.
Oh my gosh. The world was never the same.
Let me stop you. This is not a cappella. This is not technically a cappella.
I don't care.
I care.
I feel like the cup song.
I mean, you're right. That's the one thing I knew about it.
Revolutionary.
Girls in fifth grade
it took over. You could not be cool in elementary school if you didn't know the cup song. That was just like a preliminary thing. You had to know the cup song. I knew the cup song.
Okay.
I'll be doing the cup song when I'm like 80 years old and have arthritis and can't move. It's just going to be like muscle memory.
How did Anna Kendrick know how to do, like, how did her character, like, is this like supposed to be like some childhood thing that she just knew?
I would guess so. Well, they have. Okay,
was this a thing before the movie?
If you've ever watched the music video, which I'm guessing you haven't, they have like a whole music video for the cup song, yeah, that I think. It's been a really long time since I should have revisited it before recording this podcast, but I'm pretty sure it was some sort of like deleted scene, or it was going to be some sort of like side plot where like she like works in like a bakery or something that they ended up cutting. But there's a whole music video that's like,
you know what? I feel like I've seen this.
Yeah, and it's like but it's weird because it's like it's an actual music video, so that's why I'm
I'm
not
just
sure.
Filmed it with the movie, like, you know, sometimes
with the movie, and then ended up getting cut, but
a DVD featurette.
It was a time.
It was iconic.
Like, everybody knew the cup song in 2012. Like, everybody.
Yeah, I remember.
Even if you couldn't do it, can you do the cup song?
I don't know if I ever learned how to do it.
Pathetic.
You know what I could sing, though?
Loser.
At the same time, I could sing Dumb Ways to Die. That was, like, the thing I knew.
Well, I could do both. So.
Wow, that's so cool, Kristina.
I don't think I could still sing Dumb Ways to Die,
I don't think
but I could still
either.
Easily do the cup song. Like, no hesitation. Right, yeah, but
okay, I don't. It's not a cappella. It doesn't count. I guess it doesn't really matter, but like
it's just auditions. It's okay.
Everybody else had to keep time.
But this performance kind of sets her apart. It's obvious she's different. You know what? She's been saying, you know, I'm different than those other girls. I'm not like other girls. And you know what? She just proved it. So good for her.
Wait.
Good for her.
Speaking of not being like other girls, she does get involved at the student radio.
Oh, did we skip that?
We did skip it, but I it's not really that important. It doesn't really ever come.
It's mainly just helps. She meets Jesse. And
so they kind of start their romance.
He kind of starts flirting with her a lot, and she seems kind of hessident to it, but not necessarily like against it.
However, I got some shit to say about student radio, and I didn't know when else to bring this up.
Oh, go ahead.
Student radio.
You brought up student radio just so you could shit on them?
Yeah. Okay. So student radio, at least, I guess I'm not going to say the name of the radio station at UNC. Okay. I'm sure they're
not going to be that hard for people to figure it out.
I'm sure they're all perfectly nice people. And I don't got just like a chip on my shoulder or whatever.
Okay.
I applied twice. Didn't get in either time.
Really?
Yeah, but also...
Do you have a really unique music taste, though?
Well, here's my other thing. The songs that they play on student radio... It's like the deepest cut music you've ever heard.
But that's just what student radio is.
I know.
Like, not even just at UNC. That's just like at colleges in general.
This is what I'm saying.
Student radio is like stuff you've never heard before and would never find on your own.
You know what? I listened to student radio the night before I applied for the first time, my freshman year of college. And you know what they were playing? They were playing fucking Hamilton on the radio.
Oh my God, I love Hamilton.
Okay. So what are you doing then?
I don't know if I'd put it on the radio.
That's what I'm saying. So I was like, oh, okay, you can just play whatever you want. And so I guess my music taste was, okay, granted, now that I've grown up a little bit, my music taste is pretty shit. I understand exactly that I just like, fucking pop music, but also...
I like pop music, but I like a lot more than that, too.
Also, you were saying that student film kind of has like a pretentiousness or like a artsy kind of thing.
Oh, student radio does, too.
Student radio.
Oh, for sure.
They are, it's like a jerk-off circle.
Yeah,
like,
I agree.
Fully.
I agree.
like a vinyl record, if you will.
We shouted out my dad at the beginning of this. My dad loves student radio. I think he worked on student radio.
Okay, well, I tried to work on student radio.
He loves, honestly, whenever we're in the car, he like tries to find a student radio station.
Student radio station.
And I know, so respectfully, I would rather just put on my music, but
here's the thing also, and I guess this is why kind of student television I stopped doing it. Student radio is slowly becoming irrelevant because who listens to the radio anymore?
Well, don't.
I mean, we say that while we're podcasting.
Yeah, because we're so much better.
This is kind of what we're kind of doing student radio if you think about it.
We're not students. It's not the same.
No, we're
not playing any music.
We're unemployed college graduates.
Well, I'm gonna sing some more in a little bit. So
great.
Strap in.
I don't mean to shit on student radio too much. I just
you really brought it up just so you could shit on it.
Maybe I'm a little salty. Maybe I'm a little salty that I didn't get selected for student radio twice.
Maybe your music taste wasn't good enough.
That's no offense to people who did student radio. I don't mean to insult you.
No, because I was talking trash about student film, and I myself was in it.
But,
and a lot of my friends.
The vibe you give off at student radio, pretentious as hell.
All right, moving on. So auditions happen. Becca makes the Barton Bellas. Surprise! What a shock! Who would have thought? So does Fat Amy, as well as
so does all the characters that we see.
Pretty much all the people that we were introduced to. Jesse makes it into the Troublemakers, but Ben Platt doesn't. Oh, so sad. When I was younger, I loved Ben Platt character in this movie. Like, I think it's funny now.
He's not even really in it that much.
He wasn't like Ben Platt at that point, you know?
No.
Like, he was just like some guy. And I was
like,
I felt so bad for him. I was like, oh, like he just seems so sweet. Like, let him be in the acapella group.
Exactly.
And then it's sad later. But yeah, I don't know. I loved Ben Platt when I was younger. Now I'm like, oh my God, it's Ben Platt. Which I actually don't.
Evan Hansen.
I don't have
anything against Ben
I really
Platt.
don't either. I think he's a great singer.
I just think it's funny, and I have not seen Dear Evan Hansen, but apparently I don't think it's, from what I've heard, people don't really like it that much.
I have not seen the movie, and I just don't plan on it.
Mm-hmm.
I think I don't really have any strong opinions on him as a person. I think he has a really great voice. I like listening to him sing. I like he has some music, and I haven't listened to a bunch of his stuff, but I feel like the songs that I've heard by him, I like.
Everybody in this movie is a good singer.
Yes.
Which, granted, I'm sure that was
probably like one of the prerequisites to be in this movie, was that you have to be able to sing.
But they're also like mixed and tuned digitally.
Yeah, of course, because it's a movie. So they go to a little party. It's not really important. That's when Benji's singing in the window because you can hear them outside. Oh, you know what's funny?
What?
The song "Gotta Keep Your Head Up" is that what it's called? So you like that.
Okay, so
playing,
they do like an acapella mixer,
like
right?
It's a mixer, so it's like all the acapella groups, and they're all like drinking beer. I don't know. They have red cups, whatever, and everybody's just talking, flirting, and whatever. You see the couples developing. Fat Amy and Bumper, who is Adam Devine's character, the leader of the Troubles, they have a little thing. It seems like Chloe and Becca flirt for a little minute.
But then Becca and Jesse flirt a little bit. He's like...
It's just college party dynamic.
Like, we are the kings of campus.
Yeah.
And no one claps or does anything.
But then You Gotta Keep Your Head Up comes on, and everybody goes crazy. Everybody's like... Oh my God, this is my song!
They start grinding on each other.
They're grinding to this song.
Which, okay.
And it's like, this isn't No Hands. This isn't Hotel Room Service. Those are like college songs. Like if this came on at a party, like I would expect people to like go crazy. Not
Keep Your Head Up by Andy Grammer. The most like...
It's just like a wholesome little song.
It's just like a very wholesome, like, I don't know. The vibe of the song.
Really funny. I'd never noticed that before, or if I did, like I just didn't think it was as funny as this time.
No, it's very funny that that's the song that they all get lit to.
So then it's the next day, or
what else?
Whenever I guess
they're all kind of just developing their skills as a cappella people.
They're practicing. There is a little part where it's revealed that the Barton Bellas are not allowed to have relationships with the Troublemakers.
Oh yeah, that's like their rule.
A girl gets kicked out because she hooked up with one of the Troublemakers. Aubrey, I feel like the dynamic is established, even though it kind of already has been, but it's kind of set in stone. Aubrey is like an absolute stickler.
Yeah.
She's like, we are going to win. We are going to do the things my way. I'm going to lead us to victory. We only sing songs sung by women. They end up doing the same routine that they did in the beginning. Yeah. They never change. She's like, this is the only way we can win. We have to follow these rules. And she's just like a total stick in the mud.
And everybody else is like,
And
we're not going to win if we keep doing
everyone's
like
we don't really know if this is great, but okay. And Becca, we know Becca. Becca's a little unruly, mischievous girl. She doesn't like Aubrey. She doesn't want to have to deal with all this. So when Aubrey's like, hey, I can see your toner for Jesse, your musical boner.
Stupid.
Becca's like, no, that's just my dick.
That's a good line.
That part was really, I like that part. I think that part's really funny. But regardless.
Okay, no, but here's what, Becca suggests, she's like, well, I'm a DJ, so maybe just let me do an arrangement where we combine a bunch of songs. Mm-hmm. First of all, okay, if I was the leader and this freshman was suggesting we change up our whole act, I think I'd
also be pissed.
I'd also be like, okay, maybe earn your stripes a little bit before we...
Which... That's also something I thought of just throughout the movie is because, like, they have all these, like, supposedly college freshmen getting solos and stuff. And I'm like, I'd be pissed if I was a senior and some dumb freshman.
The only 2 seniors remaining are...
Yeah, I guess. I'd still be annoyed.
Aubrey and Chloe. Yeah. And everybody else is a freshman, presumably.
I guess. So they do, like, a performance. It doesn't go well.
Yeah, they do a performance at a frat. The frat guys is like...
This was bad. You guys aren't hot.
Yeah, what happened to the sexy Bellas? None of you guys are sexy.
Their team now is a little more ragtag than before.
Their team is a little bit more diverse.
Yes.
Taking on the oddballs.
Yeah, because that's a bad thing.
No. No, okay, well, it does give off the original Bellas at the very beginning. Definitely give off, like, sorority girl.
Yes.
Like, all kind of
very, like, prim and proper and pretty.
Prim and proper and white.
Yeah.
Very much.
And now
we
have a little more diversity going on.
We got more diversity. We got people from all walks of life.
They just need to learn how to embrace it, because right now they're just embarrassing. Chloe reveals that she has nodes. But she's a survivor.
They treat it like it's a really huge deal. Which, honestly, granted, nodes, like, painful.
It is,
like,
yeah.
If you have a career where you have to talk. Like, imagine if one of us got nodes. Like, nodes on your vocal cords.
I honestly don't know if I understand what nodes are, but...
They're like blisters on your vocal cords.
Yeah, no, like, it is painful. Like, it does hurt. And that's why she, like, can't hit certain notes or something.
Because, like, if we had to talk...
But the way they play it up is, like, she had cancer.
Yeah,
she's like...
But she's not.
I'm living with nodes, but I'm a survivor.
It'll cut to scenes of her, like, in the hospital, like, getting treated.
Well, wait, no, I think... The one time it did that, I think she actually had a surgery to get the notes removed.
Oh, okay. I thought she just went to the hospital between
I think that was, like, actually, like, a legitimate thing.
So there's a riff-off.
So Jesse's like, you guys getting ready for the riff-off? Becca's like, what's a riff-off? Oh my God. This is just another, like, cultural moment for me.
I don't know.
The way that this altered my brain.
Me and Kristina were watching, and Kristina's like, yes! The riff-off! And I was like, what?
I love it so much. It's so good. Oh my God, it gets me pumped up.
So they go to the bottom of this drained pool.
There's a pool and it's empty. It's like abandoned.
What campus has a drained pool?
I mean, maybe it's an old pool that they don't use anymore.
Where are the funds going?
That honestly sounds like a really fun place to go party.
Yeah, if we had one.
Yeah, that sounds sick. But so all the acapella groups meet there. Because there's 2 other acapella groups on the campus. Yeah. They're not important.
Yeah.
So the acapella groups meet there. And they spin this wheel with a bunch of different categories on it.
And the first
category is Ladies of the 80s.
And you have to basically just sing a song that follows the category. No previous rehearsal or, like, experience. And all these a cappella groups are able to just perfectly...
It's great. The troublemakers come forward. They sing, oh, Mickey, you're so fine. And then you have to match... The thing is, you have to match the word with the next word. With, like, this... When you sing, you have to match their word. So when there's, like, oh, Mickey, you're so fine... Bart and Bella's come in with, you're so fine and you're mine. I'll be yours till the end of time. So, and then...
I know it's a movie. However, how did all of these a cappella groups... How did the Bart and Bellas, who we previously see as sucking at a cappella...
Yeah, not great.
How are they able to just perfectly harmonize and burst into it? That's like the magic of it.
Because that's when Anna Kendrick comes in with the no diggity... And they all get into it. They end up losing because apparently they matched it with its. Not allowed.
Okay.
You are cut off.
I don't care the songs that they picked, but how did they all know how to do them perfectly?
But that's the whole thing is that afterwards she's like, you guys, that was really good. We should be proud of ourselves. And Aubrey's like, no, we lost. We should not be proud of ourselves.
We should have sang I Saw the Sign.
You all need to go home and write down 5 things that you did wrong tonight. I think she literally says, or
yeah, she does
3,
like 5 things.
5 things, yeah. So I love that part of the movie. I think it's so fun.
I think singing's
I think the song, I think it's so, like, the back and forth happening is so fun because there's, like, a little moment with, like, I don't know, it's just, like, there's, like, different characters get a moment to shine and, like, some of the different dynamics that happen. Yeah. It's just so fun. I love it. I love the music. It, like, tickles my brain.
When we first started this movie and I saw the time, I was like, oh, this movie's 2 hours. I thought this was going to be a 90-minute, a clean hour and a half movie. But this is, I mean, like, look, if the detours are going to be them just singing a bunch of great a cappella songs, I got down with it.
You're not mad about it? Okay,
no. Good. I think all the singing is good, and it's like an episode of Glee.
It is. It very
much feels like
there's a lot of Glee-coded things that happen in this, for sure.
Ryan Murphy's and Consequences.
I can.
I wonder if that's how this movie got greenlit, is because, like,
Glee
2012,
so
Glee would have been...
Glee was definitely still on at that point.
Still on, but it definitely would have went through a tide of popularity.
It was probably toward the end
Toward
of it.
the end half.
Yeah. The riff-off, that's another thing. I could perform the whole thing. I won't
could
do that
perform
right
the whole
now.
thing?
Oh, easily. The only part that would get me is the beginning rap for No Diggity. I don't know that. But other than that.
All right, we just came back. Kristina just performed the entirety of it for me.
Thank you.
But we had to cut it out of the podcast.
You can applaud for me now.
We had to cut it out of the podcast for time. Sorry, guys.
Just let me know if you want it. I can have a little
DM Kristina, email us, and Kristina will send you the video.
I'll put on a little show.
Okay, so what else?
The riff-off happens, which I guess is not all that important to the plot, but it's important to me personally. Then, oh my gosh, it's time for our first competition. This is the one that's at Carolina University that we were like, is this movie based on us?
Well, okay.
It's not.
Okay, first of all, Carolina University. Which Carolina?
Also, I was like, is that a real thing?
No, I don't think so.
I don't know.
Because I think all the Carolinas are like, they have something before it, like Eastern Carolina.
University of North Carolina.
I don't
know. But anyway, so they perform, they do their number that they've been doing, which
I
is I Saw the Signs. And
she doesn't throw up.
What even is the middle song that they do? It's like, it's really boring.
It's all
really
the
slow.
really boring fucking...
And then and then they pick it up at the end with Turn the Beat Around.
Okay.
And then Fat Amy just she like rips her shirt
open. Is
open.
that when this happens?
Yeah.
Okay. And so they basically, oh, wait, there was also the sock puppet a cappella team.
That's who they're competing against. They're competing against a sock puppet group and the Troublemakers.
The sock puppet group.
The Troublemakers. Like, the Bellas go, and, like, you watch them, and it's like, yeah, they sound nice, I guess.
No, they're
but
like
it's
an
just
okay a cappella
boring.
group.
Like, it's just boring. It's boring song choices. It's boring to watch. And then the Troublemakers come in. It's crazy how much better they are.
They're pretty amazing.
They are so good.
I don't even think I could articulate why.
They do spin my head right now round.
But it's just like...
Right round?
It's just so much better.
The song choice is so much better.
They are, like,
full on dancing. They have, like,
they're
this
more
whole
charismatic.
cool, like, premise going on where they're like playing instruments, but like they are the instruments, so they're like posed a certain way. Did you pick up on that?
No.
Like there's like one guy that's like a guitar, and they're like
well, you know,
it's so good. They just have so much energy, so much life. I feel like when the Bellas go, it's just kind of like, okay, like
damn,
they're singing, they sound nice, and then the Troublemakers get on, and you're like, whoa, like this is great. Look at them go. This is so much fun. So they get first.
They're way better.
The Troublemakers get first. Bart and Bellas get second, so they both are going to advance. The sock puppets.
I like the sock puppets. They're funny.
Okay, you like the sock. Okay, fair enough. They're the sockapellas.
The sockapellas,
and they sing "F you."
And so basically, they're just like, we're going to go to nationals.
Yeah.
But
There's a whole part where Becca gets arrested.
Oh, right, right. So afterwards, they get the trophy, and.
This part, I will say, watching this now, it feels weird. Like, I'm like, this is just kind of strange.
It's a weird
detour. I feel like there's a different way they could have.
And basically, a fight breaks out with the Bellas and the.
It's like there's like this old guy.
Oh wait, no,
group.
It's not even them fighting. It's the old a cappella group. I guess they're just outside singing for some reason.
They're just singing, and then the Troublemakers kind of start messing with them. They were like, "You guys are old, like lame," and then a fight breaks out because. I think the joke is supposed to be like the old guys are like, please, like we just want to like we want to feel something. Come on, let's fight, let's go. And then
they do fight.
They start like everybody starts fighting. Jesse's like, I'm not gonna hit you, man. Like, I don't
and then
do
Becca
that.
goes to help Jesse.
Becca doesn't she punch him, or does Fat Amy? No, I think Becca just like
someone punches somebody, and then the trophy that they have gets thrown through a window and it breaks property.
This is a very slapstick silly, like, oh, everybody's gonna fight, and then oh no, the window's broken,
and then it's suddenly very real.
Becca gets arrested because Fat Amy just runs away. even though it was technically Fat Amy's fault.
And between all this happening, the Jesse and Becca romance has grown.
Yes.
But however, Becca is starting to get a little, I don't know, she's kind of pushing Jesse away a little bit.
Yes.
Slowly.
Yeah.
But so she gets arrested, and then Jesse
bails her out of jail.
Well,
Jesse calls her dad.
He calls her dad.
And then Becca gets so pissed at him. Becca's like, why would you call my dad? I can't believe you did this to me. This is the worst thing ever. I didn't want you to help me. And I'm like, girl,
you would have been in jail.
Bailed you out of jail. Why are you mad at him? Like, I understand that she probably was not thrilled to see her dad.
Well, okay.
Because, like,
her dad said if she, got involved and she wanted to still move to LA at the end of the year, he would pay for it.
Right. But he was like, you need to make a true effort to, like, get involved and, like, actually try and join a club and, like, actually try and enjoy it.
And she does.
She's doing it with the Bellas. But now he's like, you think I'm going to pay for LA? You just got arrested. Like, there's no way. So Becca's really pissed. I don't know. I just am looking at this and I'm like, if I was in jail and someone bailed me out, I probably wouldn't be yelling at them.
But she's not like other girls and she might want to actually be in jail.
I understand that, yeah, seeing her dad, probably things aren't going to go over well. You were just arrested. Like, that's not good.
But you don't think your dad was going to find out at some point?
Right, yeah.
Like, how were you going to get out of jail then?
Also, yeah, what would you have expected Jesse to do to get you out of jail? I don't know. That's just, I've already complained about Becca, and I'm like, this is another point where I'm like, girl, please, you're being so obnoxious. And like, he's helping you out.
What happens next?
I also just think he's, like, charming. I think he's cute.
He's all right.
I think he's cute.
He's no Gene Kelly.
Oh.
I'm here. I understand
Gene Kelly is a very handsome man. That's so true. They go to the next competition. They're on... The girls are on their bus. Fat Amy's refilling the gas tank. And the troublemaker's bus just happens to pass by. And they're like, oh, slow down, slow down. They throw a burrito at her. She goes, oh!
Like she's
been shot.
Yeah. I've been shot.
I've been shot. I think that part's really funny.
British.
And then she's from New Zealand.
Oh.
At least her character in the movie is. She says
has an
that.
accent. Is what I meant.
That's not the same thing.
I know. Whoops. I don't care.
I've been shot. And so then she falls to the ground. I just think that's a funny bit. It's not important.
It's a funny bit.
I guess it's a little bit important.
But then they forget to fill up the gas because of that.
Because of that, yeah, she just gets back in the car and keeps driving. Which also I want to bring up, when they're in the bus, they impromptu start singing Party in the USA. When I watched this, at the ripe age of, 11?
Yeah.
I thought that was so cool, and so did all my friends. And when we would do, like things with, our church, where we'd, get on a bus and, drive somewhere.
You would sing that song?
We would try and recreate it. We'd be like, okay, you start.
Did you ever do it?
I'm going to join in. I mean, not well. We were, in middle school. But we would do it, and we'd have fun.
If that was happening on the bus and I was just sitting there, I'd get so mad.
Just, fun little... Well, okay, it wasn't, a public bus. It was, a bunch of middle schoolers going to, a basketball tournament.
All right.
It was so cute.
I just hate fun.
The girlies being girlies,
Sure.
Yeah, just sing some Miley Cyrus together.
Just sing some songs.
Sing some songs
and giggle.
Sing some Miley Cyrus. But as they're singing the song and then the bus breaks down, they have to ask the troublemakers for rides. They do that.
They get on.
They go to the competition. There is another group there. I'm blanking on the name, and the only name I can think of is from Glee, and it
doesn't matter.
Vocal adrenaline.
But they get there, and they can clearly tell that the audience is not responding well to their act.
They're singing.
So Anna Kendrick just starts...
She just throws in. She starts singing Bulletproof.
In the middle of it.
Yeah.
Like in harmony, so it's a cool remix or whatever.
It sounds cool, but it's just obvious that she was doing her absolute own thing.
Here's my issue with what she does here. This would work if you had done more of it, or you had transitioned into Bulletproof. And that was your middle. She just kind of throws it into one song at the very end. What the fuck is that?
Yeah, I do think it's weird because then none of the other songs are mashed up either. So it does seem weird that that one, it's 3 old songs, because once again, they're doing the same number they've been doing from the beginning. It's 3 old songs, and then out of nowhere, one voice just singing Bulletproof.
Yeah,
it's weird.
It's weird. Okay, you know what? I just thought of a story.
Oh.
So I was young. I was like 7 or something, and I was participating in a summer camp. And part of our group's assignment, there was 3 other groups, we had to compete and make chants.
Uh-huh.
And I thought our chant was too short.
Okay.
And so the group did the chant. All 3 of the groups were on stage, and we took turns doing our chants. And we were the last ones. we did the chant, and I thought it was too short. So I just started improv rapping at 7 years old. Dude, I think about this sometimes, I fucking cringe. I just start improv, and everyone looks at me and they're like, what are you doing?
Oh,
what are you doing? And I was like, I don't know. And I did that.
So bad.
It's a great story.
Did you guys lose?
Yes. And everybody at camp turned on me.
Yeah.
Which, understandable.
You messed it up. It was your fault.
But to be fair, if I remember correctly, our chant was the worst out of the 3 chants.
They probably wouldn't have won anyway.
We would have lost anyway. However,
then it wouldn't have been your fault,
this
though.
7-year-old kid just takes matters into his own hands, much like Becca.
This isn't, it's exactly what Becca does.
It's exactly what Becca does.
Get off stage, and of course Aubrey is like, how dare you? That was horrible. I can't believe you did that. And Becca's like trying to defend herself, where she's like, people were falling asleep. Like, I needed to do something. Somebody to fed me. And everyone else is like, listen, like, it was cool, but like, it messed us up. Like, It kind of, like, there was no warning. It came out of nowhere. We're like at a competition right now, which, like, I honestly, I was not in an acapella group, but I was in like a dance group. And if somebody just started doing their own thing,
their own little dance,
what the hell? Like, what are you doing? You can't just do that.
Start doing the funky Tyson out of nowhere.
That would, not okay. I'd probably like push them off the stage. So I get it. I understand where Becca was coming from, and I don't think it was necessarily a bad thing, but I kind of understand where everyone else is too. Because
so what is this when they kick Becca out of the group?
So Becca gets kicked out of the group. Jessie tries to like help her again, and then she once again is like,
no,
wait,
fuck you.
I don't want your help. Leave me alone. Get away from me. And he's like, okay, fine. Like, I'm just going to stop talking. He's like, clearly you don't want to, like, to have anything to do with me. So I'm just going to stop talking to you. So this is what we call our low point, everyone.
Our low point. So I think she starts watching some movies that Jessie recommended. And
I guess what we didn't mention, Jesse's a film boy.
Yeah.
His dream, his goal, he wants to make film scores or soundtracks for movies or whatever. I don't know, that's not important. He tries to show Becca movies, but Becca's like,
Breakfast Club.
I don't like movies. I'm not like other girls.
Oh,
it's like,
my
Becca,
God.
shut up.
She's like, I was able to predict that Darth Vader was Luke's father because Vader is father in German. Shut up.
To be fair, he's like, wow, so you know German. No wonder you know fun. Like,
shut up.
It's like, girl.
That's so annoying.
Please,
but anyway, she watches the end of Breakfast Club.
She watches Breakfast Club.
On her own some.
And she cried. Because he tried to show it to her, but he only showed her like the endings. He's like, look, this song and like the way the music swells and like it's this big moment. So she watches it and then she's like sobbing. Like she gets it. She gets the Breakfast Club.
So she
Have you ever seen Breakfast Club?
Yeah, it's a great movie.
Great movie.
So she goes over to his dorm and knocks and she's like, I get it now. I'm sorry. And he's like, no, we're done with whatever this is. What, your platonic friendship?
Right.
Like, okay, so...
That, like, a flirty friendship.
They have,
where,
like, a slightly flirty friendship,
yeah.
but they're not a situationship. They're not dating.
But I think
never
it's
kissed.
very clear that he really likes her, and she's just kind of, like...
Ain't that
kind of been leading him on, because, like, she is being flirty back.
Ain't that the story of every man's life, am I right?
All right. Slow your horses there.
It's
just, I will say, normally I would side with the girl in the situation, but maybe it's just because I do find him charming and I find her annoying that I'm like, no, like, good for him.
Genuinely, he has been doing nothing wrong.
Yeah, no, he's been a wonderful guy, and she's been annoying.
But
once again, she's like, I'm not like other girls.
She's I push everybody away.
I push everybody away. She talks to her dad, but while this is going on, Aubrey gets a call. Turns out, one of the groups that won had a high schooler in their group. That's not allowed. This is a collegiate competition.
Yes.
You can't have a high schooler in your group. No wonder that boy could sing so high. That was the joke they were making. His balls haven't dropped. No, that's how he can hit those high notes. So they get disqualified, and the Bellas are back in. Let's go. And this is when that little clip of Chloe in the hospital comes up, which I think you can have like a surgery to get notes removed. I think she actually
and I think she was waiting until they weren't singing anymore.
Yes, I think that's exactly what's happening.
Now,
and it shows everybody kind of doing whatever they were up to.
And so they reunite at the gym and they try to do the practice now that they're back in it.
And it's bad.
And they all fall apart.
Aubrey's lost control.
Aubrey's
they're trying
vomiting.
to do the same thing. Chloe's finally standing up for herself. Because this whole movie, Chloe's kind of been Aubrey's lackey. And she's finally like, I don't think we should do this. And what, you think because I have an opinion that's different than yours, I'm wrong? Well, maybe you're wrong. So they just start fighting. Everybody's fighting. Aubrey's like, I'm not going to choke it down this time. She projectile vomits everywhere.
Ugh.
So then they're fighting over...
No, okay, here's my issue.
Oh, okay.
There's one part where it's just chaos. Everybody's like fighting and doing
Everybody's
their own
fighting.
thing. One of the girls, there's been a girl who's like, her whole joke is that she's like really quiet.
Uh-huh.
And then there's one part where she falls into the vomit, and instead of getting up, she just starts doing snow angels. Like, what the fuck?
But
Why?
her character is so weird.
Yeah, I know, but like, no one would do
her name
that.
is Lily?
No one would do that.
But like, I think she's just so
But
strange.
why did she do that?
But I think because I think at that point it's like you're already covered in vomit. Like,
Get up. Get out of the vomit. Do not play in the vomit.
I think it's either stay in the vomit or enter the fray where everybody's just
you
screaming
don't have to do snow angels
fighting.
in the vomit. That's gross. That's so gross. I had to look away. That's so gross. It doesn't even really look like vomit. It's like applesauce.
It's just
but like,
silly. It's funny.
No. Bad.
Because it's
Bad.
like, why is she doing that? Exactly. It's exactly
why
for this
is she doing
interaction. Becca comes in and she's
they-
like, whoa, what's going on? And Aubrey's like, you're not in the group anymore. And Becca's like, fine. But before she leaves, Aubrey's like, wait, come back. We need you.
So
then they have a little heart-to-heart circle.
You're now the leader.
Yeah, Becca, you're the leader. They have a whole little heart-to-heart circle where they're supposed to like open up to each other. And I think this part's funny because the stuff they share is funny. There's like one character who the whole movie they've been like hinting at being
Gay.
a lesbian.
Yeah.
And that finally comes, though I like Fat Amy's line where she's like, well, let's be honest. I think that's fun. Just the delivery's good.
Yeah.
Fat Amy shares, my real name isn't Fat Amy.
It's Fat
Patricia.
Well, why would you even change your name to Amy? Like, I don't even get that.
Maybe it's just a middle name. It's just she likes it more. I don't know.
Sure.
She
Okay.
doesn't explain it. Becca's like, I've never been a girl that has a lot of friends that are girls, and now I do, and I think that's cool. And I was like,
count.
oh.
That's not really something you can share. That's not like a really deep secret.
I think for her being someone who does not really emotionally open up, and for this to be like
Good
a
start.
new group of friends for her.
Good start.
I think it's cute. I liked it. I thought it was sweet. So then they go back to the pool, and they're like, Becca, what do? They sing a little mashup.
Uh-huh.
It's
Yeah.
nice.
It's
It sounds good.
No,
It
it's
sounds
good.
really
The
good.
mashups are good.
It sounds good with Becca leading them. And they realize Chloe, since she had her nose removed, she can actually hit some really deep bass notes.
Like I guess her vocal cords can now like hit each other in a different way.
Yes.
And she can hit like really deep
notes.
really
And
deep
then
notes.
Lily also shares she's been learning how to beatbox. So, the big moment. They go to the ICCAs, the championships.
And
we see the troublemakers.
They do
go.
great.
They're great. They're fantastic.
They've been great.
They sing Bright Lights in the Big City, and then they bring out Ben Platt because, we totally forgot. Bumper goes to sing backup for John Mayer. So he ditches the group, and so they replace him with Ben Platt, who sings I've Got the Magic in Me because he's been doing, close-up magic the whole movie.
B.O.B. very own featuring Rivers Cuomo. I used to love that song.
It's a good song.
You know B.O.B. is a flat earther? Bob?
I feel like I've seen
Hi,
stuff
my
about that
name is
online.
Bob, and I approve this message. I got the You know that song?
Yeah, I know. I watched the movie.
Yeah, I know, but like, did you know that song before?
Yes.
It's a great song.
Yeah, it's a good song. It was popular.
Yeah.
It was a very popular song.
I used to go to the roller rink. Some funny thing to say. I used to go to the roller rink. We had one in Winston-Salem. And
I mean, a lot of places have roller rinks. Did you go to the roller rink regularly?
I guess there was like school events. I don't know. I felt like I went semi-frequently.
Wait, why?
Like at least once every couple
the
months.
only time I would go to a roller rink was for like a birthday party.
Yeah, maybe I just went to a lot of birthday. Maybe I was just popular. And so every time there would be like a request to songs. And I guess I didn't know the name of the song, which is magic. But it's featuring Rivers Cuomo. And I always would write that down in like the request book, and they'd never play it.
Wow, that's crazy. I kind of want to unpack you being at a roller rink quite often.
I was going to
really
birthday
funny.
parties. I was good at roller skating.
Sure, that's what it was.
I can't rollerblade, but I'm really good at roller skating.
I feel like rollerblading is easier than roller skating.
No, because
they should do an a cappella number on roller skates.
All right.
That'd be really good.
I think that'd be lame.
I think that'd be really cool. So
Good
yeah, the
suggestion.
troublemakers go. They're pretty good. And the Bellas, before they go on, Fat Amy says, some of you are pretty skinny, but you all have fat hearts. And that's what matters.
True.
What a beautiful message.
True.
So then they go on, and they're no longer wearing their like little flight attendant uniforms they've been wearing all the movie.
They're all wearing their...
They're hot now.
And like
they're dressed up.
The male announcer... well, there's been announcers throughout the whole thing where it's like
they make a lot
Banks,
of quippy jokes throughout the whole thing.
Elizabeth Banks and somebody else.
Oh my god, what is that guy's name?
I know him. He's like a comedy
he's like
actor.
a well-known guy.
And he's like, wow, they're turning me on. It's like he's like, wow, look at these hot college girls.
They make a lot of those two have some really good one-liners.
They do have some good lines. Oh yeah, Elizabeth Banks is like, oh wow, these girls might make me turn.
So
Elizabeth Banks is pretty funny.
Yeah, she is. So they go on stage and they don't sing I saw the signs anymore. They sing Price Tag by Jessie J.
I didn't know this song was out yet.
So 2012. Like,
I feel like 2014er.
And then, they follow it with Don't You Forget About Me. So Jesse's in the audience. He's like, whoa.
Are they singing this about me?
My song?
Are they singing this?
Whoa. So then Becca, she does like the fist pump thing they do at the end of Breakfast Club, and so does he. Wow. And it's like, wow, what a moment.
Romance.
Wow. Love is real, everyone. And then they sing Everything Tonight, the Pitbull song. What is it called? It's just called Everything, right?
Yes.
Give me everything.
Give me everything.
Give me everything. They sing that.
More Pitbull songs should have been in this movie. I feel like Pitbull lends himself to hype.
You can't get hurt by singing Pitbull.
Exactly.
No, I will never say that anything is too much Pitbull.
Does Pitbull still make music?
Yes, but I think that he is predominantly known for his height
of his era.
I would actually love to go to a Pitbull concert. I've had a lot of friends that have gone, and
it
sounds super fun.
Pitbull came by while we were in college.
He did, and I think I was out of town when that happened. I don't remember exactly. No, because I really wanted to go. I don't remember exactly.
I gave a presentation on Pitbull.
Oh, really?
In my Theories of Popular Music class.
Mr. Worldwide.
I did.
Wow.
Anyway.
That's awesome. But yes, they sing Give Me Everything. And it's awesome. And you know what? I feel like they do end up winning, and I feel like they deserve the win. I do feel that way. The second movie, we're not going to get into it too much, but I actually don't think they deserve
the win.
They sing as a German group, and I think the German group's better. But this movie, I do feel like they did better. I think that they deserved that win over the Troublemakers.
I agree.
And the movie ends, basically they win, and then that's the next year auditions.
Yeah, I don't even know why they include this last little scene, because it's just
I think it's just to have
show that she's now the top dog.
I think it's so she's she is still there. She did not leave and go to LA.
Oh, yeah.
And she's running the acapella group, and they won. Because it doesn't actually show them winning. It's and last year's ICCA winners are going to pick the song, and then it pans over to Becca.
Oh, yeah. Okay, well.
And that's the movie. I wish we had time to go through every joke that I find funny in this movie, but then we'd be here for way too long.
I'm ready to get out of this hot ass closet.
It's not that hot.
No, you know what? Today it was actually very cool.
I feel fine.
Last time, little insider secret. Well, I guess I said this last time when we filmed the Cat in the Hat episode. Drenched in sweat.
It was. I mean, our AC was still broken, right?
Yeah, and
our AC has since been fixed. Hallelujah, thank God.
There was a Tyson-shaped puddle where I was sitting.
That's gross. That's my closet. Do I need a mop in here?
Yeah, probably.
I probably should.
A little piece of me to you.
Any closing thoughts?
I thought it was funny. I thought it was cute. I thought it was pretty good. There's some silly parts that are that the best way you could have wrote that, but it's. I think all the performances are really good.
Fair enough. For me, very fundamental to my sense of humor.
Feels definitely like a comfort movie.
Yes. Yeah, it definitely is.
No, you know what? This is the missing piece of the puzzle from what I've seen of your work.
Oh, really?
I see stuff and I'm like, oh, yeah.
There was a short film that I made last year that you were you literally just ripped off this one part of the movie.
No, but I also
fully did. I was I'm fully aware and I meant to do that.
You also took the structure of the movie where they are performing. There's a part in this movie, roughly the same amount of time in, where they all get up and they all do their performance, the zoom part.
Oh yeah,
and
okay.
It kind of happens.
Oh my gosh,
yeah,
wait, that actually wasn't super intentional. That's kind of
I know
funny
it's subconsciously.
Yeah.
Anyway,
no, I genuinely this is a big one for me.
Look, I'm sure that at some point they'll make a Pitch Perfect 4. Maybe in years.
Well, okay, I guess that's a following thought. I think that the movies, there's 3 currently.
Yep.
They actually made a spin-off TV show, which I never watched.
I'm sure.
Because I want to say it was on Paramount. I don't know. It's about Adam Devine's character.
Okay.
But anyway, not super important. Didn't see it.
I'm sure
I think
the
movies get progressively worse as you go. I think the first one's for sure the best. I think the second one, if you like the first one, it's still a fun time. It's still funny and it's fun, but it's definitely not as good. And then I think the third one probably did not need to be made.
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen the third one in a really long time. I've seen the second one.
Would you
not too long ago?
If you got offered the job to write Pitch Perfect 4 or
absolutely.
Pitch Perfect: The Return.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. Are you kidding me? Yes. Oh my God.
You think you'd do a good job?
I would. I mean, I'd like to think.
What songs would you pick if you did Pitch Perfect 4?
Wait, that's really hard.
If it's set here, if it's set during this time, let's say it came out this year.
Ooh, oh my God. I'd have to give a lot of thoughts. This is on the spot. Okay. I feel like if I actually were to do this,
I might 2 songs.
Okay. Well, Sabrina Carpenter's album just came out, and it's very flirty, I guess. I don't even think I'd pick that song.
Espresso?
Maybe Espresso. I feel like I'd have to think. I'd have to think of like rip-off categories that I'd want. I feel like that's That's what I.
You know what?
Do.
We'll
I'll think about this.
We'll put a pin in it. I'll ask you at the beginning of next episode.
Yeah. No, I like this question though. This is a really good question. Also, because when was the last movie that came out, and like how many years has it been since?
2018.
Because I could also still use older songs, obviously, but you gotta throw in some relevant stuff too.
I'm surprised. Well, I guess the song wasn't out yet, but like it seems like maybe the sequel does. Do they ever sing fucking "Rude" by Magic? I don't know. It feels like the kind of like such a 2015 song.
I don't think so. I don't remember the second movie nearly as well.
I don't know. That song.
And I really don't remember the third movie. The only thing I remember from the third movie, I don't know why, but they sing Ignition. I don't know why that's the one song that really stuck in my head.
Ooh, you can't.
Because listen, I know that's an unfortunate song, but it sounds really good when they sing it.
It is a great song also.
Yeah.
It's very unfortunate that that's by that guy.
It sounds really good when they sing it.
All right, well.
That's kind of the only thing I remember though.
That was the movie.
Oh, and they sing Toxic in the third one.
Oh, it was a good pick.
Yeah.
Good pick.
But it's like a whole thing. I don't.
Yeah, it's a whole thing. Okay.
Well,
if this podcast goes on for long enough, maybe one day we'll watch it.
Maybe. I probably wouldn't make... I'd maybe make you watch Pitch Perfect 2, but there's just a lot of other things I would rather get to before that. If I'm going to make you watch any sequel, the next sequel is going to be Mamma Mia 2.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Of course.
Just not saying that that's the next movie we're watching, just putting it out there. No, because
the next movie...
It is going to happen eventually.
Because the next movie we're watching...
Is your pick.
Is my pick.
And what is it?
Okay.
I don't know. I have no idea. We haven't discussed.
So usually... my episodes historically do way worse than Kristina's episodes. So I just said, fuck it. I just said, fuck it. I'm just going to pick something I just want to make you sit through that you're not going to really like.
You already did that.
Well, I'm going to keep making you do it.
I keep picking movies that I'm like, no, I think you'll actually like this one.
Well, I'm more interested in how you're going to react to this because I think it'll make an interesting episode. Hey, we're going to watch the movie Skinamarink. What?
I don't know much about this.
Okay, well, let me give you some disclaimers.
Oh no.
So this is definitely like an art film.
An art horror film?
Yes.
Okay.
It's very much like, I don't even know how to describe it, but I think you're going to be, it's 2 hours, I think.
Okay.
And I think you're going to be bored out of your mind.
Okay. I feel like that's what I was going to predict based on what I know about it. I feel like
from what I know about it,
it's a, not, I don't know, I have no idea what the plot of the movie is. I have no idea what happens. I feel like the only things that I've heard about it is that it's just like weird camera angles, and then every few minutes there's like a loud noise.
I wouldn't say every few minutes. I think that maybe happens like a couple times.
Oh,
but
okay. Well, that's pretty much all I know.
Well,
is it black and white?
No, but I mean, it's pretty much blue.
I feel like from what I've seen, it's like blue. Security camera footage kind of.
Yeah, it's kind of like that. I mean, I guess we're just going to see how you react to it. This was like TikTok's like horror obsession in like October of 2022.
Yeah, but I feel like a lot of people didn't like it.
Yes, which is why I'm interested in seeing if you like it. I think this movie...
Do you like it?
I think it rocks.
Oh, okay.
I've seen it like twice.
Okay.
But I don't know if it's rocks because it's
Is
good.
there something you can compare it to?
No.
Oh, okay.
Like Eraserhead, if you've seen...
I have not seen that.
Just a really slow art, creepy movie.
This is interesting because I feel like neither of us are particularly into really slow art movies.
No, but I like this one.
Like, we both watched some, and I wouldn't say I hate them. I would just say
I don't think you're gonna like this.
Typically my thing.
I don't think you're going to like this at all.
Great. So this is your second time in a row making me watch something that I'm not gonna like.
I'm so interested in what you're going to think about this movie.
Okay, well, I guess we're going to see.
Okay. Well, and so I'm going to have everybody watch that movie before watching next week's episode.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting.
Then you could get in on the discussion.
Because genuinely, I think... This is probably the most obscure pick I'll ever pick. And then we're going to get into more mainstream stuff after this.
Okay. Sounds good.
My one concession.
We'll see how it goes, I guess.
I guess that's the episode. If you want to reach out to the show, guess what? You can do that.
What?
You can do it at shutupandwatchpod@gmail.com. Or, connect with us on shutupandwatchpod on Instagram. Or check out our letterboxd at shutupandwatch? ? Yes, is that right?
What?
Shut Up and Watch, is that our letterbox?
Yeah.
Okay,
Sorry,
cool.
I zoned out.
No, you zoned out. And then we also have a website, which is shutupandwatchpod at podbean.com or something.
It's your website.
It's my website. I don't know the address. I don't think anyone goes to it. Uh-huh. It's, bright purple, bright yellow, Comic Sans.
Quite ugly.
Looks like I drew it with crayons, but I love it. Mm-hmm. Thank you to our good friend Ronan Lilly for the edit, Bailey Johnson for that podcast logo you see on your screen right now, and then Justin Hickland, who usually does the sound tag, and I think we'll exit with the sound tag, but at the beginning of this episode, we did our acapella instead.
I will say we could try and do the acapella again.
No.
No.
I don't even remember how it goes. Do. Okay, I'm not done with the exit.
Well,
guess what? If you liked the show, and you should now that we have good audio. You want to help us out, you can either follow us on either Apple Podcasts or Spotify. I'm trying to get us on YouTube. I don't know how to do it yet. Rate us 5 stars and leave a positive review. And then, did you know, Kristina?
What?
If you share this podcast, you get the magical ability to have pitch perfect singing, and you can sing any song you want, just like these people are able to perfectly
That's
match.
all I've ever wanted in life. I'm a terrible singer.
What do you mean? We did perfect acapella at the beginning.
Yeah, I know, but if I was like actually good at singing, I absolutely would have joined an acapella group.
Wow.
Are you kidding me?
You know, I was in an acapella group in elementary
UNC wouldn't have been
school.
ready for me because I would have dominated the acapella scene.
I bet you would have.
Yeah.
And you would have gotten sucked into acapella.
God just couldn't let me be that perfect.
If you had done
I
that,
had to have flaws.
If you had done that, maybe we wouldn't have this podcast.
That'd be crazy.
Now.
I probably wouldn't be here right
Butterfly
now.
effect.
Yeah.
All right, that's the podcast. That's it.
That's it.
Okay.
Okay, well.
Bye.
That's it. Bye.
Bye.